behind illegal immigrants crossing the border from Latin American countries?
Okay, well, first, the whole term illegal, right, has its own controversial, is in itself controversial. I spend the first class of our clinic. I run an immigration clinic at the law school called the Center for Immigrants' Rights, and we talk about terminology. And we talk about whether the term illegal immigrant is legally accurate. You won't find that term anywhere in the Immigration and Nationality Act. And whether that in fact perpetuates a stereotype, right? Some call the term dehumanizing, right? We don't call someone who speeds on 322 illegal, right? And so this idea that somehow if you are undocumented, you are permanently dehumanized is something that, we could have a separate video interview on, I suppose. But in any event, the reason, why people come, right? That's a great social question, and it's been documented in some cases. Some reason might be economic, right? That there are simply opportunities that are available in the U.S. That are unavailable in Latin Central American countries, or that the wages are just simply unsustainable in parts of Mexico, that having a living wage is enough of an incentive for someone to cross over the border. So that might be one reason for why someone would cross over. A second reason might be family reunification, right? We talked earlier about how family is actually a huge value in our immigration law. And so to the extent that there are immigrants who don't fall into that immediate relative category, spouse, parent, or minor children of a U.S. citizen, but do fall into a family relationship, like the spouse of a green card holder, or the minor child of a green card holder. Those wait times can be very long. And so in the eyes of a parent or a child, the argument may be that I'd rather cross the border and be with my family than wait years to go through a process where the wait times are longer. Yet another reason why someone might cross the border surreptitiously or with a false document, I'm assuming that's the kind of crossing you were alluding to, is fear of harm, right? Perhaps it's getting out of a domestic dispute or violence situation at home. Perhaps it is a fear of persecution, right, in someone's home country, or fleeing a disaster like what we saw in the Philippines, or the earthquake in Haiti. These are some other reasons for why people are vulnerable and might cross over. Incidentally, only a significant fraction of the so-called undocumented population in the U.S. entered the U.S. surreptitiously. The second fraction, which is also somewhat significant, represent people who came to the U.S. on a valid visa, and then that visa expired. And so that is also a significant slice of the so-called undocumented population. So they're not necessarily undocumented in the literal sense, but they have anyway been, considered to be part of the 10 to 11 million.